This happens out here every single day. We'll send it back to you.
It's amazing what federal border policy is doing to the landscape down there. Bill Malucci for us, Front Island. Bill, thank you. Sandra?
Amazing stories coming out of Israel as survivors of the Hamas attacks continue their recoveries. Dr. Mark Siegel got to speak to the doctor helping those patients get back on their feet. He will join us live next.
I was stuck. Unresolved depression symptoms were in my way. I needed more from my antidepressant. Vraylar helped give it a lift. Adding Vraylar to an antidepressant is clinically proven to help relieve overall depression symptoms better than an antidepressant alone. And in Vraylar clinical studies, most saw no substantial impact on weight. Elderly dementia patients have increased risk of death or stroke, report unusual changes in behavior or suicidal thoughts. Antidepressants can increase these in children and young adults, report fever, stiff muscles, or confusion, as these may be life-threatening, or uncontrolled muscle movements, which may be permanent. High blood sugar, which can lead to coma or death, weight gain, and high cholesterol may occur. Movement dysfunction and restlessness are common side effects. Stomach and sleep issues, dizziness, increased appetite, and fatigue are also common. Side effects may not appear for several weeks. I didn't have to change my treatment. I just gave it a lift. Ask about Vraylar and learn how AbbVie can help you save.
You can get 2 pairs of glasses and a free eye exam starting at just $79.95. And they don't even have to be identical. One pair can be practical and sturdy, while the other pair is super stylish and wildly good looking.
The Ergo Smart Base from Tempur-Pedic automatically responds to snoring, so no more hiding under your pillow, because this system actually detects snoring, then adjusts to help reduce it. For a limited time, save up to $500 on select Tempur-Pedic adjustable mattress sets.
If you're a veteran wife, homeowner, and the family bookkeeper, you're the first to know when high-rate debt is stressing your budget. But your family service has earned you a big advantage, the VA Home Loan Benefit. With the lower rate New Day 100 VA cash out loan, you can pay off high-rate credit cards and car loans and can save $6,000 a
Jimmy
year.
Buckley.
That's real money.
What's
you can
happening?
use to take care of your family and home.
Call 1-888-534-0823.
Join Fox Corporation in donating to and supporting those affected by the atrocities in Israel through financial assistance and emergency aid. Together we stand with Israel. Donate now.
Clogged gutters can cause big problems fast. Until now. Call 833 Leaf Filter today for your free gutter inspection.
I've had terrible flooding problems on my porch. Now I understand why.
Right now, Leaf Filter is offering a free inspection on your schedule. Leaf Filter is a permanent gutter solution, so you never have to worry about costly damage to clogged gutters again.
Call us today and schedule your free inspection. Save up to 35% with Leaf Filter's Black Friday deals.
Call 833 Leaf Filter today or visit leaffilter.com.
We're traveling all across America, talking to people about their hearts.
We're going to touch on some political.
How's the heart?
I feel like it's good.
You feel like it's good? How do you know when it's time to check on your heart? How do you know? Let me show you something. It looks like a credit card, but it is a cardio mobile card. That is a medical grade EKG. Want to see how it works?
Yeah.
Put both thumbs on there. That is your heart coming from the cardio mobile card.
We're going to get into
With
the
Cardio
faith
Mobile Card,
conversation.
you can take a medical grade EKG in just 30 seconds from anywhere. Cardio Mobile Card is proven to detect atrial
There's some
fibrillation,
things
one of the
that
leading
I
causes
need
of stroke,
to,
and it's the only personal EKG
address,
that's FDA
and
cleared to detect
has to
normal
be
heart
some-
rhythm, bradycardia,
Some
and
things,
tachycardia.
How much you
and
think
it's
that
more,
Like $500?
it's more
$99.
Oh, really? You carry that in your wallet?
Of course you can carry your wallet, right?
Yes.
a
Get a jump on the
respectful,
holiday. Cardio Mobile Card is now just
perspective
$89.
to,
Don't wait. Buy Cardio Mobile Card for
like,
yourself
just
or
open up
loved
your
ones
eyes
today
and
at
see
cardio.com
what
or
else is
Amazon.
there. Don't keep your eyelids
Doctors in Israel
closed
are
because
working around the clock to keep
you don't
survivors
want to go
alive
there
and on
based
the
off
path
of
to healing. Many of those recoveries are
whatever
not
it
sort
is.
of miraculous. One of the doctors
You
who
know,
treated many of those patients spoke to
because
our
we
Dr.
kind of,
Mark Siegel about the
I
heartache
kind of,
and hope
well,
coming
this
out
type of
of the
conversation
current
wasn't
situation.
in the
Dr. Mark
conversation
Siegel joins us now.
that
Dr. Siegel,
we're
just
going to be having
incredible,
today,
just your top line
but it was
thoughts and
more
takeaways
of,
from
it
what
was
you've
just
heard.
a conversation of just, you know,
Dr. Uriah
general
Klein, who
things
John Roberts
in
also saw
society
at Sheba
last
Medical
night
Center. When I
on
spoke to him
CP
about a little over a week ago, he
but I
said
couldn't
over
stay
100
up there
people were
long
brought
enough
in,
to ask
all were
something.
alive. And we're talking about penetrating
Um,
injuries. We're talking about
well,
bleeding
well,
where they
we're
didn't
gonna
know where the
we're
source
gonna
of the
get into
bleeding
it.
was. We're talking about, Sandra, where you have to put a
We're gonna get
tourniquet
into
on,
it.
but it takes hours
Um,
to get in to get them out of the rubble. So you end
propaganda
up jeopardizing a limb, and he told me
you guys
about
been
several
hearing me say that a lot.
One about a fellow named
You've been hearing me say that a lot, and that's going to be the key word.
He was protecting his family by holding the door. So
because propaganda is the thing
and he took
that leads people into thinking, believing, and moving in ways
on a ventilator when John was there.
You know what I'm saying? If they had the other side, if they had, you know,
another family,
the truth,
hid a 2-year-old baby.
You know, based on the, you know what I'm saying,
let me play this
what it
out.
is,
This
or maybe predate something.
Dr. Klein on the
You know,
inside of a safe room.
we're going to get into it. Propaganda.
The mom and baby are still ventilated.
Propaganda in politics, propaganda in religion, propaganda in spirituality, propaganda in just every walks of life. And we're going to get into it. Propaganda. Propaganda is the tool that is used to control the minds of the people. And propaganda is the tool that is used through the window and hide in a truck to move society in different directions.
Medical miracles. At a think about it. A soldier said, "Save my leg, please. I need to break the glass."
In one generation,
and the surgeon
society is moving one way based off of the propaganda that has been displayed during that time period. And another propaganda is being spoken about that moves in a whole nother direction, and then this direction. So propaganda is the key word that will be used,
that have helped save lives of these victims of Hamas. Dr. Siegel,
because there has to be. There's too many holes in stories. There's too many holes with people because there's so much out there that people do not want to discuss. And it's like, why are you?
Here's great news.
Why do you not want to look at this?
Authority by the VA to make our own loan approval.
Why are you why are you discounting or discrediting this when this is absolute fact? This actually existed. This actually means something. This actually.
No one knows veterans like New Day.
You know what I'm saying? Boom.
Call 1-888-497-0554.
But people tend to discredit stuff before they even look at it because they're going off of what they go by. What they were taught, what their quote unquote experiences are based off of the propaganda that was filled into it. Because whatever energy you are presented, that energy, it may not manifest itself right then and there, but the continuation, it will then manifest itself into having the mind thinking, oh, well, this is what it is, when in actuality, no, this is not what it's not. But you're not going to know that until you look at the other side and then you line it up. It's just like when you was in school and we used to, you know, have to study for tests and stuff like that. You know, we would have to take one thing and then we would have to take another thing and we would have to line it up and compare. You know what I'm saying? The comparison of notes. You know what I'm saying? And then with the comparison of notes, you find what adds up. Like, okay, this and this. Okay, boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. And then whatever's not, then you remove that because that is not the truth. You know what I'm saying? You get more of the truth when you line up the comparisons.
And you're on your way.
And when you don't do that,
personalized meal.
You're going to only focus on one thing, and you're going to continue thinking that that one thing is that based off of the propaganda and the energy that has aligned with that propaganda. Yo, what's happening, cuz? CB, what up? Sad, what's happening, low? It's good, bro. We looking. Oh yeah, for sure, for sure.
I make 70-year-old pictures, you know. I've been taking balance with your friends.
So
I'll work all day.
You gotta take a strong look
at 7:30. I go to my baseball field. I pitch 7 innings in the ball, get home at midnight. I throw strikes all the time. My quality of life since I've been taking.
So like,
I recommend it to my patients.
You ever was told something?
I got this vintage sailboat. My sailboat.
You know what I'm saying? You was told something,
going out of the harbor,
and
being blown up.
That kept being repeated time and time again.
I love sailing.
So then
it's like
you're thinking like, okay, well this is what it has to be.
Right? She goes,
Like, okay, this is what it is.
Until
and then later on, you find out that well, what that was really wasn't what it was.
Our money back guarantee with your first order.
So you see what I'm saying? There's many things. And there's many different experiences. My name is Johnson. That happen in life where Veterinary Boutique Hospital. You think that you know something, and then you find out that that's something that you thought that you knew really wasn't. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like people. It was important to me. You meet people,
we not only just provide the financing piece, we do.
People present themselves in a certain way, right?
All you need is a weekly test of the emergency alert system.
You get to know. Oh, hold on, y'all. We got that emergency broadcasting signal thing going on right now.
This is a weekly test of the emergency alert system.
Okay, so you meet people and they present themselves a certain way, right? So you're thinking like, okay, well, this is this, you know what I'm saying? All right, cool. And then you find out as time moves on, they ain't exactly what they, you know, claim to be, right?
All right, great. Thank you very much, you guys.
Sometimes
everybody. I'm Martha McCallum,
you'll get,
and we have two
I need to get to know you better. You know what I'm saying? Before, you know what I'm saying, we become cool. Well, it's the same thing with everything else in life. Don't just take what it is.
In all of this,
peel the layers back. And that's what I always say. Peel the layers back. And once you peel those layers back, you'll find out what it is. But if you don't just peel the layers back,
unprecedented.
Then you're just, you know what I'm saying? Some people call it being naive.
Many of whom
some people just call it being lost.
Essentially,
you know what I'm saying?
Can't get out in a lot
but
of
you always have to peel the layers back. It doesn't make a difference what it is in life. You have to peel those layers back because you will always be presented with something that looks good because they're not going to show you anything that's presented bad.
With a lot of lives,
you know what I'm saying?
At stake.
The only time that they will present something bad in front of you is that is a fear tactic to get you to align with what they have going on. Not with what you have going on,
in the region,
they have
U.S. service members.
Because if you move in fear, then you will move accordingly to what they say. But if you move in righteousness, then you move accordingly the way that you're supposed to.
In front of a judge who clearly told the former president the other day he didn't really want to hear what he had to say, despite the fact that there's no.
Yo, Jay Coffee, what's going on? Coffee in the building.
Lay out his defense. This case was brought, as you know, by the Attorney General, Letitia James, who has said in no uncertain terms that she was
too many times
if she was elected to this
we
post.
Get caught up.
Doing just that.
Get caught up in what's in front of
and
us.
the judge, Arthur Engeron, smiling. For
we
the
we don't want to take the time to actually look
of all of this,
to see
former federal prosecutor Andy
what's
McCarthy
behind
is standing by. We'll speak with him in just a moment.
And I gave the example.
Legal editor Carrie Kupak Urban, who has been inside the courtroom today.
You go to watch a movie.
There,
watch
the
movie.
former president took a stand as well. Carrie, what can you tell us about what happened when Ivanka Trump took the stand in there today?
Somebody reviews the movie, or you
Ivanka has been calm,
and you start breaking down the movie.
Pleasant.
Then you start realizing, wait, hold on. This movie is
different than the lawyer
you know what I'm saying?
Father on Monday. That lawyer was
seeing what the movie is really about.
This lawyer
a lot of times
has been remarkably aggressive, given that Ivanka is a witness and not a defendant. However, there seems to be some vacillating by this attorney into treating her as a defendant and not the witness. And the reason why that is problematic is because the appellate judge the appellate court has ruled that Ivanka was no longer a witness to this party. I'm sorry, I'm no longer a defendant.
Then you break down the movie, you realize
she
what the title of the movie was
not guilty of wrongdoing. And yet, the Attorney General came out in the front steps today and acted as if she still was a defendant. And that's a problem because she's not operating consistent with what the appellate court has already ruled.
What's the impact of that, Carrie? I mean, it feels like without a jury in this process, and we've gone over why that is at this point, and you can't rewind the tape on that part of the situation. But you know, what was your sense in there of what direction this is heading? Because she's the final member of the family to answer questions for them. As you point out, she's not a defendant in this case.
I would say not a good direction. In fact, the lawyer for the state kept questioning her again and again and again about emails dating as far back as 2011. Ivanka's lawyers raised objections, saying relevant. This is beyond the statute of limitations. And yet the judge continued to overrule the objections again, over and over again. And it was challenging for Ivanka. She would answer a question, and then she would give an answer, and the lawyer would yell, raise his voice at her, and really grill her if he wasn't satisfied with what she had said.
Okay, very interesting. Great to have you in there, Terry. Thank you, Terry quicc Urban, joining us from outside the courthouse right now. Let's bring in Andy McCarthy, former federal prosecutor and Fox News contributor. Andy, obviously, everybody watched as Ivanka Trump went into the courthouse today. She did not want to be there. She tried to have herself removed from this process because she's a witness and not a defendant. What's your take on what you heard so far, Andy?
Well, I think the AG's office, the New York Tish James's office, who brought this case, are resentful of the fact that Ivanka is no longer the defendant. They look at her that way, and they say that I think their calculation is that it's not that she's been cleared, it's that the statute of limitations ran, and therefore the stuff that they wanted to press her on is time barred. But it's still relevant in their mind. In the case against former President Trump and Ivanka's two adult brothers, Eric and Don Jr., as well as against the company. It's one of these situations, Martha, where some of the scheme allegedly happened before the statute of limitations.
If you don't stand on this, or if you don't believe this,
Ivanka was only in the scheme according to what was alleged prior to the period of time in 2016 or so when the statute of limitations was run. So they can't go after her for her conduct because she was not involved in that. But they can go after the other defendants who are still on trial. So they're treating her as if she's this is a civil context, not criminal, but they're treating her as if she were a guilty criminal defendant rather than a witness.
So, Andy, if you had to look ahead a bit in this, where do you think this is going? We know that the testimony today was about Deutsche Bank needing a sort of $3 billion complete asset picture for the client, in this case, the Trump enterprises, in order to give them a certain rate on loans, right? And so the suggestion is that they inflated it to make it sound like he was in the $3 billion category so that they would get this better rate. So let's just assume for a moment that happened. What is an appropriate punishment for that? Given that it doesn't appear that he was harmed by it.
Sorry, I'm gonna have to cut this short. But I will be back on later, and we're gonna finish this discussion. So stay tuned. All right, I'm out. Peace.
Great. Yeah. And knowing the lenders themselves would be evaluating the assets at risk, including Trump's entire net worth. So again, I just think that if you want to say that Trump inflated the values of his assets and he ought to be fined some